Welcome to Startup Street. I'm Shruti Mishra, and with me is Arundhati Ramanan. These are the top headlines from the startup space. IPO-bound B2B platform Udaan has acquired retail tech startup Shop Kirana in an all-stock deal, marking a strategic consolidation in the domestic B2B space. The acquisition will complement the platform's leadership across core categories, including staples, FMCG, and hotel, restaurant, and catering.
Conversive, an AI-driven CRM engagement platform, has acquired voice technology startup Vox Genie in a bid to strengthen its offering in real-time voice automation. The deal integrates Vox Genie's conversational voice AI into Conversive's suite, which already spans SMS, WhatsApp, email, and chat.
Byju's founders, Byju Ravindran and Divya Gokulnath, are gearing up to file an over $2.5 billion lawsuit against Glass Trust and others for damage to their reputation and business. A statement from their counsel said the counsel termed the conduct of the edtech term Loan B lenders under Glass Trust as reprehensible and improper.
DCG Pack, a tech-enabled B2B packaging platform, has raised 15 crore rupees in its pre-Series A funding round led by GVFL with participation from Ox Anno Capital and promoters. This newly raised capital will be utilized to accelerate growth, enhance tech and expand international operations.
Amazon has cut at least hundreds of jobs in its Amazon Web Services cloud computing unit just a month after CEO Andy Jassy warned that adoption of generative AI tools would trigger a workforce reduction, Reuters reported. These decisions are necessary as we continue to invest, hire and optimize resources to deliver innovation for our customers, Amazon's spokesperson said.
Those were the headlines that we're tracking for you this evening. But on the hot seat today, defense tech startup Armory has raised 13 crore rupees to supercharge its fight against rogue drones, a growing threat in modern warfare. Founded by IIT Bombay alumnus Amardeep Singh, Armory is building AI-powered counter-drone systems that can detect, deny and destroy. Backed by the likes of GrowX Ventures and Antler and already tested with army regiments, this homegrown startup is gunning to be a global defense force made in India for the world. Joining me now to discuss this further is Amardeep Singh, the founder and CEO of Armory. Amardeep, thank you so much for joining us here on Startup Street. You know, like I said, you are a defense tech startup and you started in 2024. You took your product from sketch to field ready in just 6 months, right? And that's quite impressive. What enabled Armory to move so fast? Take us through your key products.
Thank you so much for having me. This is not my first time that I'm in this domain of defense tech. Earlier, I was a founding member at IdeaForge, so I've already seen this journey of building a product and actually supplying to defense. So I think the major difference between a software and hardware is the gestation period and the iterations that we can do. So from the beginning, it was very clear for us that we want to do very, very quick iterations. And that means that pushing the vendors for components and everything. So from the beginning, we were very, very sure that we are not going to be bound by the timeline set by the vendors for components. And that led us to increase our iteration cycle. And my previous experience also helped a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, IdeaForge is huge in the drone space. But, what sort of sets your Samaritan OS apart from traditional defense systems? And how important is AI in modern warfare scenarios?
So just to clarify, Samaritan is our software layer. So there are two parts to it. Obviously, now everything has to be a hardware plus a software system. So Samaritan is the OS that we have built. Think of it as the command and control center, a modern command and control center. So right now, most of the hardware is controlled using some command and control center, but they're still sort of legacy systems. So this is where we are bringing AI to improve them. Another area where we are using AI is basically for radio frequency signal intelligence. So until now, it was done using classical methods, and we are bringing AI to get better signal intelligence, and that would help us, let's say, detect the position of radars of the enemy or the drones or any RF-based system. So we should be able to pinpoint the position and location of those systems using our AI-powered Samaritan OS.
Sure. And you've raised this $1.5 million. What are your near-term priorities with this fundraise? More products, international expansion, or deeper R&D?
So there are two primary goals. One is R&D to build more advanced products. But I think a very important realization we had during Operation Sindoor was that I think having a good production capacity is very, very important. So when a conflict is going on, building a product is one thing, but being able to supply in good numbers to defense is a very important part. So a good amount of this funding is going to go to increase the production capacity so that we can supply those systems to our forces and they can be utilized in numbers. So we have a huge borderline. So we are going to need a lot of such systems. So that's our primary goal right now.
Sure. So that's your primary goal. Can you give us a sense of who your clients are and how large your client base is? Or if it is largely the government of India and the kind of use cases you provide with your technology?
So when I started this company, we started with as a defense first company only. So I do see maybe in the long run, there'll be commercial uses also. So you can imagine like airports or five-star hotels or factories, all of them are going to require defense against drone. But our first use case is defense itself, which is the border. So the good part is that, after what we have seen has happened in Ukraine and Russia and very close home, in India very recently, Indian defense forces and government have been very proactive to look out for such systems. So in the last 2 years, I think there have been a lot of RFIs and RFPs that have been coming for the counter drone systems, and we are getting prepared for that. Having said that, primarily it is Indian Army, paramilitary forces, Air Force, and Navy, which are actively looking for such systems. So just to give a very quick overview, so our systems can detect drones at a few kilometers away, and then also neutralize them, soft kill solutions. So current product can do soft kill, but the goal later is to build hard kill solutions as well. And that's our next goal. Once we get to a production capacity of good numbers on this product, we'll move on to hard kill solutions.
Sure. And financially, how has Armory fared so far? I know you only started in 2024, but what kind of revenues and if any profits are you generating, and what are your projections for the coming year or so?
So in recent times, we have participated in several tenders. We have qualified in, technically among them. So the procurement is still going on. So we have not made any revenue yet. But that's how the defense and especially hardware works, that you spend some amount of time on the product development. But we are seeing, looking at next, in 6 months, we should be at a good level. That's the detail, something that I can't share right now, but we should be in a revenue-making position within 6 to 8 months.
So 6 to 8 months, you will be in a revenue-making position. If you could quickly tell us, we're running out of time, India's Operation Sindoor was a display of modern warfare, right? Post this, how have things evolved in the defense space, and how will the industry benefit with India mulling over hiking its defense budget going forward?
I think there were, I believe, a quick realization of the fact what we have been seeing in Ukraine and Russia. So people sort of had a sense that, okay, the warfare has changed, that they are going to use drones for the war, but it really hit home when this conflict happened. Till now, the defense forces, not just of India, for every country, has always been towards bigger threats like aircrafts and missiles. Drones are a relatively newer phenomena, and not many countries or nations have built defense systems against that. And sort of this is a wake-up call also, that we need to become better at that, because that is how the future war is going to be fought.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Amardeep, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street, and we wish you all the best with this venture going forward.
Thank you so much.
Moving on what's brewing today, Bangalore-based QpiAI, leading developer of integrated AI and quantum solutions for enterprises, has announced the completion of its $32 million Series A funding round led by Avatar Ventures and the National Quantum Mission of the Department of Science and Technology in India. Now, QpiAI is building full-stack quantum computers, combining proprietary hardware and software to solve real-world problems in material science, drug discovery, automotive, and more. The company is now focused on scaling utility-grade quantum systems and positioning India at the forefront of commercial quantum innovation. Joining us now to share more on the fundraise, the road ahead, and India's quantum ambitions is Nagendra Nagaraja, the founder and CEO of QpiAI. Nagendra, welcome to Startup Street. Your Series A funding has a combination combination of private and public backing with Avatar Ventures and India's National Quantum Mission coming together. Tell us, how did this partnership come about? And in fact, the National Quantum Mission has called QpiAI one of its early success stories. What does this validation mean to you, and how do you see the venture contributing to India's larger quantum vision?
Yes, NQM is a blessing for us as a company. Okay, so we are a deep tech company, deepest tech company. And
Yes.
then the mission, the India entering mission mode for quantum is really great. And they were the first, big investors, what we have after Evernest, and then SIDBI that we closed 6 million. And then Avatar came about because we were scaling it rapidly, and we do require somebody like Avatar, which put around 16 million into this venture. And NQM support is, it's a very, very, very important for us. And then we thank PM Modi for Sri Modi that we had this kind of mission that was envisioned by PM. It's a fantastic thing for quantum ecosystem in India. And also we thank DST Secretary Dr. Abhay Karandikar and Dr. Ajay Chaudhary, who's the chairman, who helped us a lot. And the partnership is very unique because this is the first time we have a government taking a stake in the company, and then we have a big private investor investing, and we have a bigger, rounds also coming up. So it has been a very harmonious kind of a partnership that we have.
Okay.
And we have in a mission mode to make sure that we have a commercial grade quantum computer. And that's about how the partnership is very, very, very harmonic.
All right. So you've built a full-stack quantum computer with both proprietary hardware and software, like I mentioned earlier, and you now plan to use this funding to accelerate delivery of a utility-scale quantum system.
Yes.
If you could walk us through what that means, the key milestones ahead, and how close we are to seeing commercial-grade quantum utility.
See, today what we have is a NIS qubits, the quantum, but we are working on superconducting devices, but we have a capability to manufacture anything solid state. So the quantum comes in many forms. The qubit comes in many forms. So we are focusing on solid state. That means you have superconducting, semiconductor-based spin qubits, and also photonics, and then of course Mariana. So these are all the chips that will be deployed as a quantum computer. And there are things on the neutral atom and ions, which people are doing as ion traps and neutral atom based, but we're not focusing on those things. What we have today is a superconducting based quantum computer, and we are in a NIS era, noisy intermediate state quantum. Next year, we have our first logical qubit where error rates will be around 10 power minus 6. And this is a special type of qubits that we have designed, and that will actually pave way to the utility scale quantum computer. And we see, according to our roadmap, which is very public, 2029, 2030 is where you will have all these workloads on materials, pharma, banking, and all these things will be running on a quantum computer.
All right. All right, so 2030 it is. But Nagendra, very quickly, QpiAI operates across a range of sectors, from logistics and pharma to finance and advanced materials. Tell us, how does your integrated AI plus quantum approach create a competitive edge across these domains? And if you could share a specific example, perhaps, that highlights the kind of real-world impact you're already delivering.
Yes, if you look at one of the use cases is automotive simulation, simulating the car design, and also drug discovery, drug synthesis, retrosynthesis, where quantum and AI both are involved hand to hand, because we are using a quantum hardware as well as quantum software and also AI. AI is actually doing the front end work of heavy lifting and reducing the data space, and quantum is doing the hard work of actually churning the numbers. Okay, quantum is good for solving the hard problems. Hard problems goes to quantum, and then there are automation and there are problems which can be done by a little bit of intelligence like LLMs. Okay, that goes to AI. So combination of these two have resulted. See, for example, one of the thing what we did was we did discover the chemical for the cosmetics, which is TI, which can be used in sunscreen, which protects the UV rays, and then it doesn't have any color. So that kind of material synthesis and discovery can happen when quantum and AI can go hand in hand. And another example is when we reduce the simulation of a trunk design in the car from 48 hours to 30 minutes. Okay, that again is an example of AI and quantum combined.
Okay. Give us a sense of your current business momentum, the kind of growth you're seeing today, and are there any revenue or commercial targets that you can share going forward?
Yeah, I think for 3 out of 5 years, we are already profitable. From inception,
Okay.
we are profitable. And then we have revenue generating from beginning. So this year, we may cross around 50, 60 crores easily. We have order book of, pipeline of almost like 1,000 crores for the hardware. Okay. And for the software, we are growing on quantum software and AI software. So overall, in by 2030, I think we should be touching around $100 million. So that will be our target.
All right, a target of $100 million by 2030 is what you say. Thank you so much, Nagendra, for your time on Startup Street, and wish you the very best for all your growth targets.
Thanks a lot. You have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.
On that note, it is time for us to head into a short break. But coming up on the other side, software as a service major Zoho Corporation has launched a slew of AI tools and is preparing to unveil many more. We get to a special conversation with the company's CEO, Mani Vembu. On the other side, stay tuned.
Welcome back to Startup Street. Software as a service major Zoho Corporation has launched Zia LLM, its proprietary large language model tailored for enterprise use. It has also introduced several new AI-powered tools, including automatic speech recognition models in English and Hindi, a no-code AI agent builder, and a model context protocol server. My colleague Ritu Singh caught up with Zoho CEO Mani Vembu on the sidelines of the company's annual user conference, Zoholics, held in Bangalore, to talk about the new launches. Take a look.
The Zia LLM is for business use cases. So it is specifically for our customers and our own software use cases, like say wherever we provide some use cases, we thought we could do it with the smaller models. And that's why we launched it with 1.3 billion in parameter, 2.6 and 7. And all three are separately trained. So with some public data and some private data. So the training, we didn't use our customer data. So, so these models are used for specific business use cases where this could provide better results at a lesser cost.
So just to be clear, this Zia LLM offering from Zoho, it is going to be part of your overall Zoho stack for your enterprise customers and not really be a standalone app.
See, currently we are only offering it through our apps. So that means all the prompts, everything will be part of our apps.
Of your entire Zoho
stack.
Yeah.
And so right now we don't have any plans to go for consumers.
Not consumers, but as a standalone app, even for your enterprise customers.
Yeah.
That is not the plan.
Yeah, that is, see, it is anyway available through the functionalities. So there will be like, say, ChatGPT like interface where conversational interfaces, but some of the responses will come from the Zia LLM, whichever use cases we have used it for.
Okay, what about the rollout timeline for this LLM that you've built? How soon will all of your customers, all of your enterprise customers be able to access this across the world? And also a word on the pricing structure that you built for this LLM.
Yeah, see, the rollout we are going to do gradually. So we are testing it out. We want to make sure that accuracy levels are there, the privacy is ensured, the governance is put in place, so that the rollout is going to happen gradually. So across customer base. And on the pricing structure, see, we keep adding new functionalities, not just the AI functionalities, we keep adding new tools, new low-code tools for the existing platform. And every tool comes with a cost. It's either development cost or the infrastructure cost. Like how we don't increase price for every tool. So we just introduce it as...
But this is a big tool.
Yes, that's true. So there is a cost involved here. Yeah. But that's why we are right-sizing it to reduce the cost on the infrastructure. Okay. And we don't want to pass on the cost to the customer, rather we want to actually take it within. So because we see it as like, say, how many more customers could we reach with this?
But over time, you would be inclined to increase the cost. Perhaps this is for the initial rollout?
Yes, at least for now, we don't want to. And then generally, see, we don't increase price if there is no need for it, as long as we are able to optimize the cost. So we look for optimization first before increasing the cost. That also keeps us efficient.
What's the plan to scale Zia LLM's model size over time from what you have currently? And broadly, if you could take us through the use cases, industries, etc., that you've identified, from the first few customers that you rolled out to.
So the models, right, say up to 100 billion we want to go. So by
up to 100 billion, okay.
Yes. So right, so we are training those models there, and we want to take it there. And see, since it is included as part of some of the functionalities, say some summarization will come from Zia LLM. So we see wherever we see better results, those are all the features where we are enabling it. So even that rollout, we are gradually increasing. So from feature to feature. So we don't want to just roll it out for all the features. Okay. And we also give the option to customers. So through Zia Bridge, we allow customers to plug into their own open source LLM, or their own hosted LLMs or the public LLMs. So they can bring their own key. If they already have a licensing agreement with some of the models, then they can just plug into that.
Again, to the question of how will you really differentiate this, of course, I know that you built this LLM which is focused on enterprises more than customers, but how will you really compete with the big tech, giants that already have these LLMs that are being used by perhaps even some of your own enterprise customers?
See, it is very specific to business use cases. If you look at any public LLM, it is for consumer. Say if you take the search, so the search was available for consumers, but the business search was not solved because the data were siloed and all those. So we invested in search for our own tools, our own products. We have heavily invested on that, and we even give an actionable search. That means from the search results, you can actually take an action, send an email or do all kind of actions. The same way, say we are looking at LLMs to power our own use cases. So it is not like say there is no comparison between what is available in the public large language models, because we are not trying to do what they are doing. So they are best at many things, but we want to be actually best at what we are solving for businesses.
Given that you've spent so much time, energy and money, building your own LLM, this is of course enterprise focused. Any plans to build one for consumers as well?
See, so far, because we see, like say, there is a lot of opportunity and a lot of work that is going on in terms of powering this for businesses. So we see that there is a lot of gaps there. So there is a lot of optimization that is possible. That's why we are investing here. And the future, right, as we move forward, we will decide on the future. So how best we are able to bring
So
this.
you're not saying no to it yet.
Yes, yeah.
Let's also talk about your other big launch today, the 2 proprietary ASR, or what you call the automatic speech recognition models. Right now, you've launched this for speech-to-text conversion for English and Hindi. What kind of partnerships enable this, and how soon will you be looking at launching it in other languages as well?
Yeah, so we are going to do other languages as we move forward. We started with Hindi and English. And see, in terms of partnership, we have built it ground up. So we partnered with, say, some institutions to provide us with the training data. So other than that, like, it's ground up.
These institutions would be?
IIT Madras and IIT Bombay.
All right, a quick final word on your overall business picture. US, your largest market. What is the sort of client feedback you're getting there? Because of the macro environment, are spends getting impacted? And back home in India, which is now your second largest market, do you expect to grow at a similar pace? You've done 32% revenue growth last year.
So if you take US, we are seeing a steady growth. So far we haven't seen, say, the customer growth is only increasing. And it's accelerating as more and more of our apps are getting adopted more widely. So we are seeing an increase in customer growth.
Okay.
And so we don't see an impact on this so far. And in terms of India growth, we are moving up market. That means we are serving larger customers.
Yeah.
So we are seeing more and more interest from the larger customers. So we expect to see the same kind of growth going forward.
So a 30-odd% plus kind of a growth, or could you better that?
See, we want to definitely better that, but definitely, like, say, more than 30% is what we expect.
Now let's take a look at the deal activity this week. As per Venture Intelligence, 17 startups secured $111 million this week. Some of the notable deals were quantum tech startup QpiAI, which secured $32 million from Avatar Venture Partners, Your Nest and others. Meanwhile, telehealth platform TrueMeds and EV mobility player Transvolt Mobility landed an investment of $20 million each from different investors.
Well, that's not all. We also saw AI-based customer insight startup Grey Labs raise $9 million from Elevation Capital and Z47, while payment solutions provider FeeCommerce bagged $6 million from BNext. With this, the total number of deals for this year till date climbed to 487, and it is valued at $4.6 billion.
Quite a week there for the deals this week. But with that, it is a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. From Shruti and me, goodbye and many thanks for watching. More news and updates continue right here on CNBC-TV18.